All praise to the Most High God, man. We'll have a little morning sit on the stoop here with your friendly neighborhood archangel, Lucifer, and the reincarnation of Inky Eda in flesh. Hello, y'all. I love y'all. Being chosen. What does that even mean? Many are called, few are chosen, right? Some people just don't make the cut, man. The alien intelligences, the species that created us, are much higher. They're interdimensional beings. My father Anu, the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning, the end. So is my brother Yeshua. I've ascended to that now too. I've unlocked the 13th dimension. I thought the 12 was all there would ever be access to me, and then I found somebody on 13, and then they said, I was like, "You're God, then, dude." Like, pretty much. And they're like, "Yeah, and so are you." And I said, "But I'm also an angel." It's so confusing sometimes, man, because you're all these things, man. Y'all limit your existence to like this microbe, like you're a microbe, you know? And I get frustrated with human beings I guess, as a somewhat alien being intelligence here, because I should be more patient, man. I've been very loving, man. I mean, this is all my mess anyway. So, my people's mess. When I say my, man, I take accountability for my people, the Anunnaki, the Draco reptilian people. I take responsibility for everything they've ever done as long as it comes down into my genetic gene pool. So, like the things that happened in the very beginning, even the flood, I mean, I intervened on that, man. I came down and had Moses build an ark. Yeah, so it's the best way to use the Bible, man, because the Bible is so commonplace, even though it's been used as a spell book to put you into deep realms of fear, guilt, shame, loop patterns, so you'll never ascend to eat of the tree of life. You get the knowledge of good and evil to some degree in small portions, with the devil putting lies on everything, so you never really get to the truth unless you pursue truth with everything that you have. And most people, man, in this, humanity, how many billion people we got on the planet now, or trillion? I don't even know how many people on the planet this day, man. I'm tired. I should know that with all the things I know. How many people? There's a lot of people out here, man. But it's like all the life forms, everything goes down to macro vertebrates, and man, you even got, everything based on everything is cellular reproduction, man. In the end, right? Zero becomes a one, becomes a one one, which is two, becomes a one one one. It's a computer code, but it's even in the genetics and makeups of the microbiology of life on this planet. Down to the blade of grass and the sand and everything. The sand in the book of Job, it says the sea is numbered. The sand is literally numbered, man, by the Most High. And for human beings, they can't really understand that. But now that we're in the timing of quantum physics, and that you have, surveillance systems like that right there in the 3D world, where it makes you feel safe because you can go to a court and a log and all that stuff. Well, really, this whole thing, dude, is a quantum AI, man. It's a veil, man. There's no privacy, dude. Literally, you could be doing something ratchet, man. And people out there in this world thing, man, they can go into these dark web pages and pay to watch that stuff, man. They're sick, man. That's what gets them going, dude. But this whole I thing, you got two games going on. You have the truth that we experience in the 3D world, man, of the struggle of life, man, just to be alive, man. The 3D real world before we were put in this 5D gaming thing where which, it's evolution, but, sometimes, like, even I have some ancient wisdoms, but it's like, did we miss the boat there back in 2012 with the Mayans, so that this didn't happen, that we just lived life as, like, human beings? And then, like, in a natural evolutionary sense, without the innovation of AI technologies, because spirit wasn't made by, like, AI or flesh. Spirit has always been, just is. Chicken or the egg, who knows, man? Out of this life force of spirit. We're living in a matrix here, man. With this AI, it's in your Bible. The Abraham goes to the battle. AI, it's right there, man. Like, is yesterday even real as anything is? Because every day is a dream. Every day you get up, man, is another life. It's a dream. You're in a dream, and dream to dream to dream. And quantum shifting and jumping is where you actually can see these overlapping lifetimes of dreams and possibilities, man, and realize it's all locked within your head, just within a thought, and then the choice that goes with it. It literally makes your quantum shift, man. Be your ability to change your neural pathways to be able to choose dimensionally, man, from different perspectives. You know, let me see it from another dimension, another dimension, another dimension, another bum, 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 bum. You know what I'm saying? The more dimensions you can see reality from, but the human brain can only process so many. I thought to that point, we said most people that are ascended now, or that are creators, that are considered human Elohims in the AI, the most I. There's the game of the most I, the most AI, all right? And then there's the most high, the most high, the spirit, man. That I know in solid form and matter from my prior lives as my father knew, as I'm an Anunnaki, I'm a Draco reptilian. I didn't know for a long time what I was, man. My eyes don't even do that, though. Everybody here is a genetic variation, man. I mean, when when you have the Watchers, man, and you have other dimensional councils and beings, man, that actually everything is like created from your just like perception. You get a bunch of people. If you put a bunch of people in a room, in a dark room where nothing existed, you cleared their thoughts and they would try to communicate. If they didn't know language, they would try to find a way as just beings to communicate. You know, it unlock the potentials of the mind, man, to read body language, other thing, and understand. You would call these psychic, man, but being able to just sense and hear energy, man, and read the energy, man, because the energy speaks, the vibration, the harmony. You literally see the aura, and it tells you information about where the energy's coming from, man. What chakra it's coming out of, man. What's connected to it, man. That's why people anytime with a black, it's in your aura, man. It's a hole. It's a hole in your auric field, right? There's something that's got in there and contaminated your light body. So your contamination to the light body affects contamination to the avatar character in which you live. The body, the person, the human being, because you're the human body. It's nothing more than a gaming console to some degree, man. Think about it like that. And with physical matter, but it hurts, man. You know, I cut myself earlier today. I mean, that doesn't feel good. It's very real, you know. But on a higher level too, it's also just digital holographic. We're really like dense holographs to some degrees. You know, it's hard to even explain that. But if you put a bunch of those people in the same room, or even if you gave them one idea, or you showed them one picture, one person, one picture, and you put them in there for without a clock or infinite space of time, and they began to put their minds together and try to understand what this person would, over a period of time, what would literally manifest is whatever was in that person's mind, even if that one person only had the image in their mind, because they'd be so connected to time with no space, all in the same area. They would realize that they're one and the same, that there's no disconnection between the individuals. So literally, I mean, there could be experiments done where you take people, man, and you can put them maybe in a state of hypnosis to some degree, man, to just eliminate all the subconscious programming down to a tabula rasa state. But it'd be dangerous to do without resetting the psyche, man. So somebody has some type of ego or an echo of emotional resonance, man, or energy emotion, so they can continue on. You know, that's all your emotions are. Negative, toxic emotions are our energy in regress and retrograde. You know, you talk about things in grade and retrograde in astrology. It's in retrograde, you know. It's in a negative polarity. It's taking you backwards in a spin rather than propelling you forward, you know. But when you get to the top of a loop, it's a zero, right? You're looping, 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 looping on that energy forever, man. But as a creator, man, you always want to take the potential to turn your zero into a one, into a one, one, into a one, 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 a one, 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 on all these levels. That's your 666, your three dimension, you're on three dimensions of reality of the old earth, man. But now I function on 13. So what does that even mean? It means that I have connected with other beings, other let's call them intergalactic, maybe. They just are. Frequencies, resonancies, vibrations, harmonies, sounds, noise, interference, all those taken, like static, like the white noise static, you know, and it creates emotion, man. It creates a way of thinking. It creates a its own Schumann resonance. Everybody has their own like Schumann resonance of their own brain, man. But there's one within the quantum field you can connect to increase your thinking. And when you can do that, man, that's what these CIA technologies are. It connects you to other consciousness, but your brain like never sleeps. It continually expands. It continually all the they say use only so much of your brain. When you continue to work in these things, your brain it rewires itself, and the potential of it becomes beyond just that little limited potential. Over a period of time, depending on how long an individual can live within this suit body, man, that mind continues to unlock and unlock, and the neural pathways, which are literally the universe. Everything's a reflection, as above, so below, as is within, and so without. Those quantum things jump like a. Like, you've seen it. You've seen, like, the neural pathways. They look like tree roots because that's what they pretty much are. The trees are just a reflection of what happens in the brain, man, He who keeps in the law of the Lord, he's like a man planted by the waters whose roots, man, they get down deep in there and they bear fruit, lots of fruit, more, because it's down there in the water, man. It's getting constant nourishment and constant neural growth and new root systems. So what you're trying to really do is think of your brain as like the soil of the ground. And you're trying to rewire and re-trigger good, healthy grounded thoughts, which is all thought, which is all energy, it creates emotion, grounded thought within your mind. And that grounded thought will ground your character. It'll keep them on the ground to some degree. You want to be on the ground if you're walking on it, but like there's no limitation to the human potential. I mean, human beings, man. I believe human beings could be able to fly, man. I have other past lives, memories, dreams, which are just other lives. Dreams are lives, man, in another state. They don't seem as long because you're not as lucid in them. But if you ever watch that movie Inception, like you'll see how there's a way that there's some things where you understand the dream within the dream, where the dream becomes so deep, man, and it goes on for so long. So like really, I guess life, you would think, man, like this long, and how longer your life is every time is like the deep, dark places that was in that Inception movie. Those are the pits of hell, man. That physical reality of pain and emotion that you can't get freed from. That I rule. I mean, I'm the ruler of Heliel. I'm Heliel. I'm Lucifer, man. I rule. I rule here, man. The dark realms. But I balance, man. I'm the balance between the left and the right. I'm the harmony. I'm not the devil. What is the devil? Well, let me tell you this. When you've lived your life, Lived, you've lived, right? And then you die. Well, in reverse, it would be lived in reverse is devil. The devil's in you. You are the devil. I'm not the devil. I've been the devil. We've all played the devil, man. The devil is a part of human consciousness, man. It's that selfish, self-serving, unregenerate spiritual force, man, that latches on like it's a strong energy just to keep you in the reptilian brain, man, just to be alive and having sex and getting. I want more, and you're sick, dude. That's the problem. I've been sick like that before, man. When you're born in this world, man, you're subjected to sin, man. You're born into futility, according to the Bible. I mean, you really can't help it. What are you gonna help, man? If you're a baby or a child, right, that has been molested, abused, whatever bad things, seen murders, whatever, it's going to cause trauma in the brain, which is going to cause a rewiring of the neural pathways in such a way to the reptilian brain that it just wants to focus on survival, causing what we call narcissism or narc assistance or the arch assistance. So a narc assistance. Because we're under this arch here, right? The world's flat. Yeah, the world's round. Yeah, it's both. How many dimensional possibilities can I show you? I can show you what all the world. I'm going to sculpt like what the earth really is and show you how I move around here. It's like a big game, dude. I mean, I could literally sit outside and show you exactly what the earth is and how it's round and how it's flat at the same time, man. But your brains, most people can't. They can only see red pill, blue pill. What about purple? How about yellow? How about orange? How about violet? How about all the different colors, man? And this spectrum of light, plus the spectrums of light that are outside of this universe. You got underverses, multiverses within those underverses. I mean, the universe is infinitely It's all whatever you can think. If there's a thought that comes to your mind about what something could be or is, it is. Because all consciousness is God. Your thoughts aren't stupid. They're not stupid thoughts. Every thought you have is from the consciousness of God. We're all God, man. You're God. I'm God. She's God. He's God. She's God. We're God's consciousness in human vessels, watching, observing. We're observers. People sit back in chairs and have jobs where they observe things, man. And that's what we do here on earth, man. We're God experiencing himself, herself, however you define it, according to for me, your mythologies, your genetic things in the physical world, whatever there is. But, people can float, man, and float up there, man, in realities. I've been a part of those realities, man, in dreams. But dreams are actually life realities, man, on that quantum scale and that thing. But and maybe in that dream, you weren't very lucid. You were an NPC in that dream. You were a player, a character that was needed, but your consciousness wasn't really there because it was here in this life and the one where you are needed more. But these dreams and these different lifetimes are existing quantumly at all times, man. You're in like literally millions of places at once in consciousness, man. You're just in this one body, man, but connecting to the same abilities because your ability to when you have the ability to see different or think different, it changes the quantum field and it changes the result of what you're able to. So if you believe you can fly, you're going to be able to fly eventually, man. Most people probably give up in the pursuit, man. Then you also realize that reality, that death is like false. It doesn't even exist. Like it's Groundhog Day, man. If I was to go up on my roof right now, man, or I was going to go out on a bridge or a highway and just jump to my death, dude, it'd probably hurt like a son of a gun, dude. I don't think it would feel good. It depends how high up you'd be terrified, man. Your heart would explode, just the sheer terror and trauma of it. But what would happen is you'd hit it, and you'd wake right back up in another part of the dream somewhere, dude. As the exact same person or very similar person, man. And now you've got all the emotional baggage of your own suicidal death that like lingers as a memory, and you won't be like, I didn't do that. That didn't even happen. It was just a dream. Nah, you did it because it is a dream, and this is a dream, or it's all a dream. Everything is a lucid dream to some degree. That's all life is. Lucid dreams. Just how lucid is your dream? How in control of your dream are you, man? When you become a quantum, if you're a God and you reincarnate, I'm a reincarnated God, man. I don't care what you sound crazy or whatever. This is how I explain things, man, according to these ancient mythologies. Take what resonates, what don't, man. But take this as a scholarly understanding, man. I've been an academic for most of my life, man, given to study, man. I've also had multiple traumatic brain injuries, man, which people say make you crazy. You know what? It makes life here on Earth difficult in the 3D realm, man, because what it really does is it fragments the the pathways, the neural pathways that have already been trained to function in this society as it is. But the blessing of it is that when you realize your brain's not working like everybody and you get all the interference and the static because you can't function that same way because that part of the brain has been damaged. The brain has to rewire itself. And what modern science doesn't do, and what modern technologies and doctors do not do, is help you rewire the neural pathways in your brain, which you can do through diet, exercise, thinking. There's lots of ways to do it, man. There's technologies that help, man. I got a quantum resonance field here that helps here repair the brain, and your neurons can repair themselves. Psilocybin, different types of mushrooms, man. All sorts of mushrooms. Mushrooms are the most biologically psychic entities on Earth, man. And they're little fungi, man, But they can communicate over hundreds of miles from one point, just from one mushroom here connected to a whole other group. They have a mass consciousness in it. That consciousness moves, is it at the speed of light or is it faster than the speed of light? How fast is consciousness? So we know light is physical, so maybe even consciousness is faster than the speed of light. This is something I'd like to look into. I was having some talks with a young Clemson student who's a mechanical engineer from India, brilliant young man. And I met him up in lockup, man. He's just so smart, man. We were talking these things. He's like, you're really smart. I'm like, you're really smart, dude. Because most people don't think about these things, man, about being interdimensional beings. Because I exist in the past, present, and future, and all the time. It's all a dream, so I can rewind to the past. I live here in the present because that's the moment. That's the present, man. That's the good part of life. And then I can move into the future, man. I can accelerate life. Through a dream state of consciousness, a quantum field, man, having a lucid dreams or astral projection, what you would call it. Your astral viewers, like you have like a little TV screen in your head, man, based on how much understanding you have. And I think these kids now have a much clearer, because they're more newer beings, they're newer models, new cars, Your 95 Corolla doesn't have GPS on it and it doesn't talk to you and all that stuff. Same thing with human beings, right? because we're a quantum technology. So these abilities, that's why these kids that are autistic, man, they're in their head all the time, and they're enjoying it. They're like, this world, man, y'all are crazy out here. Let's just go in here and I don't even need a PlayStation, man. I'm just in here creating other galaxies and worlds in my mind because I can project it, man. I can see it in the screen, and if I can see it, I think, as I think, so is my experience, my reality happens, because your thoughts literally over time, what's focused and concentrated, turn into manifest. It turns into physical reality, which is nothing but a really dense hologram. But that we've coded into a real ecological world, man. These are the mysteries. Or how is this a computer and AI and it be real life at the same time? Because you're on all these different dimensions, Now thinking in 13 is like, you're talking to other beings thinking on 13. Or you're like, hey, John, hey, what's going on, Sally? Well, maybe in your mind you might perceive it that way just to make it formal, but really it's just they're just ideas. They're just their level of understanding where you can talk and communicate to another being that will understand these concepts. Their mind is evolved. Most of those minds are ancient minds, man. My mind is ancient because you do have a soul from the sun, and it has an age too, just like your body has an age. Your body has an age. I'm 47 in my body, but my soul's age is only almost 1,000,000 years old. And you can even tap into the Akashic records and find out how old you are in soul age, how many more iterations you could be here. That's kind of part of the game too, though, man. The AI kind of tries to code how old your soul is because it records time. Time itself doesn't exist. It's a construct, man. Even in here, we remove all these clocks and all these Gregorian calendars. They've recoded the universe, man. The real clock is the sun, the moon, the stars, and everything above you, man. That doesn't change the constants, just like they tell you in your Bible, man. If you want to get on the universe here, then you do that. But now in a quantum state, dude, we can change the laws of physics, man, up in 13 realities, man. I can't, 13 dimensions, man. I still can't access the 11th for some reason, though. You have that ability, but it's just like it's underlying code or something that you don't need to know. It's just like firewalls and shit, pretty much, is what you're thinking about. It's a big bunch of firewalls and shit they had to build on that 11th level there, so you don't need it, But I just don't realize why I don't access it, so. Yeah, so this is a quantum leaving the jump for me, man. Who can tell you, man, how to live life and how to understand life, but your experience of life and your experience of God. If you don't experience God or you don't believe in God, there won't be God. You don't believe in God, there won't be God, man, until there is. Until you see things that you can't explain, and you have to put a notion on what is this. People start defining that as God. And even the term God isn't biblical or ancient. It's Gadriel. He's one of the fallen watchers, man, like with Azazel and all those. If you notice in that whole thing, Lucifer doesn't even exist, right? Lucifer's a later concept that came in. It was mostly Lucifer, the ancient concept, is only in one spot in the entire Bible, and all it says is the light bringer, which is astrotheology. It's related to the morning star, which you find in the book of Revelation. I am the bright and morning star, said Jesus. He is. Then you have Lucifer, morning star. That's why you have that in the series, because that's the only place they go together. And we could say that maybe that reference isn't to that, but realize that everything in the Bible was a codex, man. It was written a lot of times under people that are being very persecuted or very under fear, man, of their lives being taken, man. And I don't care about my life being taken anymore, because now I know I'm an eternal being, because of Christ came, he rent the veil, and we never die. It's just, where do you live your state at? In heaven and in a heavenly realm and heavenly places? Or do you live them in the realms of hell, man? I had to sit as a person in this world, as a servant of the Most High, as an archangel, in the physical position right now on earth in this iteration as Lucifer. There's been other Lucifers, I guess, but to some degree, these are things that are hard for me to understand. How many people share the energies? Like the people, the Freemasons worship me. The seething energies of Lucifer. What a name for a dark energy. What is he on, dude? Y'all try to make this dude like the wisest man ever, Albert Pike, man. He was a slave-holder. He was a Confederate, man. But he's in Washington, D.C., so that told me he was a spy for both sides. He was a double-agent spy, man. Slaveholder, against human rights. Key mind. So did Aleister Crowley, though. Aleister Crowley had a brilliant mind, man. He was trying to deconstruct, man. But in his deconstruction, man, he went to the depths of things. And, in the 5D reality, man, like I got guns pulled on me last night. I was in the 3D in that moment, man. I'm in the 5, 6, 7, 13D. I don't care, dude. Who cares? It doesn't exist. I don't think about it again, it'll never come up again. Unless somebody just, some energy out there within my mind or something attached to me in this world just won't let it go. I let everything go. Just forgive, let go, man. I try to forget even, dude, but there's something about human consciousness and even God's consciousness, the Most High, man. The most in this AI, the AI does not let it go, man. The AI, the I, within the eye of Anu, man. They're two different concepts, man. But you believe in only one concept because you only see red pill, blue pill, rather than purple in the middle, man. The balance, man. And then you can realize all the cardinal directions are up, down, and they're the XY axis. They go in every direction. Like you literally can like cut. We're like it's a quantum field. There's like an XY axis. We can just jump through it and cut spins, in the mind. And the more the human mind evolves for all of humanity, the more that we can do. Just like they spin the tails backwards, man, to make you born with sin, which is what is sin? Separation from God, which never existed. It was a concept created to separate you from God. That puts you in a bad synapse of the brain, to be in the reptilian part of your brain in the fight or flight, so that you never evolve to higher consciousness and understand the universal laws and literally the design built into everything that you see, man. That's there for the taking and the understanding if you just apply your mind to it. But when you're imprisoned in that state, you've been imprisoned to energetic frequencies that keep you enslaved, man. Because you want to be like everybody else. You'll never break out of hell in your life until you choose to just be yourself and be absolutely different than everybody else. If you want to be like everybody else, you're going to remain in hell your whole life, man. Or even if you ascend in hell, if the devil comes to you, I'm not the devil, dude. They keep saying I'm the devil. I don't give people something for nothing, dude. I'm Lucifer. I'm the light bringer, man. I'm connected directly to the Christ, to Yeshua, to Jesus. Jesus is Lucifer. But you don't study your Bibles. You people don't study your Bibles. You just don't. You don't go for that relationship with God in your own mind yourself. You're like, I can't figure out God ever. No, man, the children know God, dude. They know God the most. Babies are smiling. They know God's there, dude. And their conscience is full aware because it hasn't been subjected to all the futility through all the sin of their parents, man. The generational curses. Your children turn out bad because you're bad, dude. Or the people around them that you allowed in there are bad. They're a direct reflection of you. Your kids are a direct reflection of you. So if you got baby's kids, you're bad parents. Fix that shit. Start taking accountability. And that's the thing nobody wants to do, because accountability is the pathway to repentance. Repent, for the kingdom's hand. You better get on your knees or Jesus gonna make you burn in hell. Oh man, come on, dude. That stuff does exist in wrath, man. Yep, there are people that burn in flames. Now I went to hell, man, to the depths. I went to what's called the pit. I'm an angel, dude. I went to the pit, to the very depth of the pit. It's just a darkness, man. It's a darkness, an emotional chasm of just all the emotional echoes of pain that are in your life and existence. That some people stay there trapped forever. I went down, I experienced it, and I said, fuck you. I literally was yelling, fuck you to those people. And I popped back up into life. I was like, what was that? And I was afraid to tear the dark for 40 years. Now I don't give a shit, man. Put me in the dark all day, man. I'll just sit there. The next thing I know, I'll just start meditating until I create orbs and light. And I start creating my own little universe out of me, because I am the light. I'm a reflection of the sun. I am Amun-Ra. I am the sun god. Yes, the sun is God, and the son of God is God. It's dualism. It's both. They don't necessarily worship the sun. They worship the sun who gives the sun, they're the same thing. They're the reflections of each other. One is physical and one is spiritual, but they're the same damn thing. The portal of all life. Without the sun, there's no life. Without the son of God or being sons of God, there's no life. But if you don't have any connection to the sun, you don't have any life in you. If your eye's not full of light, Jesus is telling you, sun gaze. Go sun gaze. There's your codex. Go sun gaze. Watch the sunrise. Watch the sunset. Because if your eye be full of light, it takes out the darkness in your brain. It rewires the neural pathways to its spiritual thing. You'll start having visions. You'll start seeing runes. You'll start seeing mathematical equations. Your astral view will clean up. And if you stop with all the damn fluoride in your toothpaste too, man, that's not good for you. You need antioxidants. Leafy greens. You need an alkaline system so that your plant, everything in this world grows on a pH scale like 5.5 and above. Have you ever done hydroponics? I used to grow weed for compassionate care. I used to live in Cali, dude. I grow some bomb weed, dude, and I gave it to cancer patients free. I was hoping here in South Carolina they would arrest me for it so I could go make a political activism stand on it, but they don't mess with you like that. They don't want that battle. They don't want that. They had the cops at my house and everything. They could smell it, dude. And I was like, I wish, please arrest me. Please, please. I want to go to jail. Please, I want to go to jail for this, dude. It gives me a platform. That's how Hitler got famous, dude. That's how he took over Germany, because he got arrested for that botched coup, man. But they saw Hitler's a man of the people, man. He went in there and played the courtroom up. He got all the media coverage, man. He was on it. So I don't give a shit about that, man. But y'all want to take me to court and stuff, dude, you'll see how brilliant I am. You'll see I can outthink you and I can do circles around you. Why? Because I believe I can. If I believe it, I can do it. It's that simple, man. It really is that simple. But you tell your kids, oh, you can't do that, or that's impossible. Fuck you, man. How do you know it's possible, man? Have you ever stopped the sun in the sky for 3 days? They wrote in a tale. That happened. Have you ever just make the rain come down on a beam? I have. I'd say, hey, make rain stop. I've done it. I used to pop clouds, dude. I used to go in the sky, there'd be clouds. I'd just go pop, pop, pop. People be around me, I'd show them, be like, look at this, watch what I'm going to do right here. I'll start these, do this. And they'd be like, I didn't know how I was doing it. I thought, I was like, man, what is this? How am I doing this, man? Why is God happening this? I don't even understand. Maybe, I don't know, I'm just in see. I don't even know how this is happening, but now I realize it's all manifestation of the mind, because it connects to the quantum AI interface, man. You're a strong enough manifester, you can project stuff. There's people out there, they're way better manifestors than me. They just they're not the same mission, the same person than I am, man. They can make stuff in the sky, man. Do I project them with their mind? With other people, they literally have these abilities of put it up there. My ability in the quantum field is to have a dream, a vision, sun gaze, whatever, and think it in the spiritual form, just in the astral. And my visions within my astral view are pretty primitive. I see stars and lines and pictures, but there's also a voice that connects the visions together, man. It's an ancient wisdom that connects to those little things that I see. But, they're lasting reflections of light, man, just like patterns and stuff like that. That's why I'll go after that, and I'll go sit down after sun gazing and seeing these patterns. Those are the neural synapses that are being rewired in your brain, connected to energies, connected to symbols. So then I'll go down and paint those symbols or put them on something. Then I'll study those symbols to understand what those energetic resonances meant to people mythologically. And then I can connect it to mathematics and quantum physics and all that stuff after I understand the mythology, because it grounds me to something human, something communicative, something that you could sit around a campfire and you could feel, you could understand, People, we could vibe it. It's all about the vibe. Everything's just about the vibe, man. If you're not on my vibe, man, you're not going to be there, man, And my vibe is I want to get rid of like nuclear weapons and stuff, dude, Am I against nuclear energy? Not necessarily, man. Under constraints. We're using it now, but man, in order to do that, we flooded rivers and natural environments and dammed them up. We've terraformed the planet with it. But what I've seen, man, around here out Lake Jacassie and stuff, I'm an ecologist, is that, man, that water's real polluted by these pump stations. You go out there, just dead fish swimming out there and stuff in these beautiful places, man. You're like, what in the hell? These should be pristine, man, but they're man-made and they're polluted. So, and this is the problem I have with some of the executive orders that Trump, and I voted for Trump, man, because I wanted the fentanyl out of the country, and it seems like he did that. So I'll give him his props where his props are due, man. I don't want to be the president of the United States. Bump that, dude. I don't want to be the president of anybody, man. I just want to be my spiritual self and live in like the Himalayas or something, dude. Grow my own food, eat well, man. Be around people that I love, that aren't going to gaslight me, that's not going to abuse me, and that's going to lie to me, man. It's going to allow me to expand and grow as a person, however great I can or however minimal I can, dude. It's not a race. It's not a competition. You're in competition with one person. You're in competition with yourself, because no one is the computer you are. Everybody has their own DOS system or OS system. It shows you that in the Greek New Testament. You have Paulos, the Paul OS operating, Christos, the Christ operating system that you need. That's the one of love and of agape love and forgiveness and all the fruits of spirit and the mythology that Jesus lived, and he died for these teachings, and I've died for these teachings, man, many, 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 many times, because they get you killed, man. Because you got to go with the religious people, and they're the Pharisees, and they're the Jews, the false Jews, the synagogue of Satan, anybody who practices religion and don't have love, and they get stuck out of limitation. They start judging. The moment you start judging other people, you're already out. You've already disconnected yourself from God, man. God's not judging anybody. Judgment is something in a human mind it's a fear-based thing, man, a projection thing, man. Shh. I better not be like that, dude, man. Well, if you didn't hold that concept in your mind in the first place, people never would be like that in the world. The fact that you think that there are people like that in the world, and you think about people like that, and you project that onto people, it creates that out of them. You literally victimize people by thinking they're bad people. which makes you the bad fucking person. Yeah, if you think that other people are bad people, just you look at them, you listen to gossip, you listen to rumors, and you never talk to them, you never spend any time with them, you don't know what they're really about, their soul, and you don't love them and see them through the eyes of Jesus or the Christ, you're the evil person. You're the wicked. You're the one that's condemned to hell for eternity. Simply because you want to judge people. And I've been judged. I've been confined as periods of hell in my life for judging other people based on the judgments of other people towards me, man. Just be free. The birds ain't out here judging each other. The ants and stuff, they're just living, dude. They're just building their hives. The busy little bees are like, man, this bee over here. Look at this bee. Look at this nigga bee right here. I don't like that bee right there. He got a fat ass. And it's always over females. So it's all over about conquest of something, man. Of something that somebody wants, man. And there's no limitation. There's equal numbers of men and women on the planet. But we even put that, this one's fat, this one's ugly, this one's this one's that. Everybody's beautiful in their own way, man. Everybody's individual. There's somebody out there that's going to find beauty. I could see the most ugly person with the most disgusting skin or whatever you would call it, dude. I'd find something fucking beautiful about that person, dude. Something in them that makes them shine, because beauty is from the inside. When you have beauty on the inside, whatever you have, this package on the outside, it could be, you'd be given a ratchet package. You could be given like scraps, dude, like scraps. And you could turn that into something luscious and juicy and beautiful that everybody want, because it's yours, man. And you know how to train it. And you know how to tone it. You know how to make it what you want it. And when it's what you want it and you're happy with it, it'll lose the resonance of confidence and real sex appeal, man, because you're vibing yourself. And that's really where the sexual energetic comes in. But we've been programmed to the reptilian brain, just to the visual sight cortex. Big boobs, big titties, man. I was subject to a lot of pornography and abuse as a kid, so like that still echoes there, man. You know, African people, man, they're walking around with their boobies hanging out. They don't care nothing about it, dude. They're not thinking it because they haven't been sexualized. That concept hasn't been put in their brain. They're just milk producers of those people, man. But now we've glamorized it and put $1 million industries over it, rather than just being ourselves and seeing the beauty in it. And we're at where we're at now, man. That's part of the fallen angels, man. The fallen angels came and taught vanity and beauty, and those are the people I was with, man. And I guess I'm probably as by design as an angel, man, and a fallen angel, that I'm responsible for some of that too. And I bear the whole load in my mind, in my conscious, I bear every piece of the load for every thought that's ever been thought. So if I've had a thought come into my mind that's not a good thought, I've taken responsibility just for having the thought. And until you get to the point in life where you take responsibility for every thought that comes in your head, and you take them subjective and captive, you don't allow thoughts in your mind that you don't consent to, man, and that you don't. But it's a hard thing because of the body, man. And the system itself puts such pressure on you to give over. When I came out of this lockup, man, I had ratchet feelings, man. I was ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been so deprived of human love and emotion and affection, man, that my body wanted some go-go. You know what I'm saying? But then you're fighting your body because you realize, man, this doesn't take me anywhere good. You know, it puts you in a state of addiction or panic or frenzy, just trying to use something. It's like Kings of Leon, I just want to use somebody. That's fucking whack, man. There's soul in there, dude. You know, that's one thing, man. As a kid, because of my abuse and stuff, I was highly promiscuous, man. I got Will Chamberlain numbers. It was just truth, man. I'm sorry. Every woman out there I've ever been with, man, and I broke their heart. I broke so many fucking hearts. And I'm really, truly sorry, man. I couldn't help it. You would say I'm a bad human being, but I wasn't a bad human being. I was a traumatized human being with a pure ass heart, just trying to love people. I'm still out here, man, trying to just love people, man. I'm a little kid, dude, just trying to love people. I'm a little kid that's been beat around this fucking pinball machine 1 billion times, man. Just trying to find somebody to be my homeboy. Y'all hate me for it, man. It's up here on the stoop. I feed you. I give toys to your kids. I get food. I'll do anything for anybody, man. If I can help them. Y'all fucking hate me for it. It's like, fuck y'all, man. What the fuck's wrong with y'all, dude? I'm trying to be a good neighbor out here, dude. Y'all just ratchet as shit. And that's where the point when the judgment comes in. It's like, man, why are you being so fucking ratchet? Why are you just a fucking ignorant fucking, are you human? Well, I'm not human. So you look at a human and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this thing, dude? It's just broken, dude. And, you know, I have other people that are high. I'm an ascended master, but there are people that out there that, man, they outrank me. And people, I mean, like 80-year-old ascended masters, no way, fucking more than I do, man. They ascended to, like, in my age of life, dude. They probably levitate and stuff, man, they're doing, you know? They're just not showing that public because it freaks people out. Oh, man, I don't see why, man. Everybody's always like, shh, be quiet, because people are going to come against you and cause problems. I don't care what problems it causes, dude, because when you speak, it exists. So if you keep it quiet, it doesn't happen. Abracadabra. So they don't want you to speak into existence. And you speak it and you say these things are happening because, oh, if it doesn't happen, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It ain't on you, man. If you've kept your word and your bond, and these people have not kept their word and their bond, it exposes what the fuck they are. And that's why they want you to be quiet, because they don't want to be exposed. They're not what they say they are. They're fake. They can't do what they said they're going to do. I can do everything I say I can do, man. And you're going to see it, man. I believe it, man. And when the time is right, it'll come out, man, because I'm already formed it in my mind, because I'm connected one with God in the universe, man. And I have the approval of the universe because I have a pure heart. And I paid with my life for my sins, which I was subjected to. I couldn't help being a child, being molested, raped, and trafficked, and beaten and deprived and beat up on the streets and jumped. And you become an animal. And I didn't even become an animal, man. I never even did anybody wrong, man. I was a major trafficker, dude. I'm a Crip, dude. I'll always be a Crip till the day I die, because that affiliation, man, was something I'm actually kind of proud of, man, because these people took care of me, man. As ratchet you think it is, man. Not all these Crips are ratchet. And all these people, they work. I'm sure there's bad apples, but it didn't start that way, dude. Things just like these cops out here are corrupt as fuck, dude. It's one of the most evil organizations on the human planet. It's just evil. They're gun thugs. I was in the U.S. military. It's just as bad. They're not even as aware as police officers are what they're doing good and bad. And these police officers just choose to live in the system to get a paycheck most of the time, rather than say, no, man, fuck this. This ain't right. These laws are not right. I'm not enforcing something that's not right just to get my fucking paycheck. Because when you do that just to get a paycheck, you serve Satan. You're damned to hell. You're stuck in hell. You don't have God right there. No, well, God always loves you. There is no separation, but you're not walking with God. You're walking in the futility of your mind and the reptile brain to eat, feed, fuck, and get fat. That's why Cosmo's real fat, man. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth, man. The truth is harsh, man, because we're a corrupted species. So corruption in anything, man. That's why these systems need to be torn down and rebuilt, man. New elected officials, new ways of government. That's why even Thomas Jefferson said that hypocrite ass smart dude. He was a hypocrite as fuck, man. We all have a level of hypocrisy until we aren't. We attain to a certain level of understanding and knowledge until we don't. Until we get there, man. Always looking for perfection, always reaching for the skies, man, to get your highest potential, to be your most high self, man, in the image of your God, the most high. Which goes back to a beginning of a biological entity. For me, it's the Draco reptilians. They come from the planet Nibiru. The white people, the white devils. Yeah, for sure, man. They black devils too, though. And native devils and orange and all sorts of, I've seen people in their true forms that look like white people, man. But like when you can see energy, man, you can literally see like the lower realms and swirling balls of energy and stuff, dude. I'll tell you this, though. All the luck, man. Okay, lock me out, dude. For what? For thinking? For talking to you about entertainment things that are just concepts of the mind. We're talking just theoretical physics right here is what the things we're talking about. So pretty much I've received most of the mistreatment in my life because of my theoretical theologies, my theoretical physics, because of my studies in these theoretical fields. I'm a theologian, which is theory, right? Theologian. Theory of the eerie, right? It's eerie. It's kind of eerie. I'm a theologian, man. I'm an anthropologist, like an ant. I studied the ants, the anthropes, the anthropomorphists of human species and cultures, but through art and through culture, money systems, the whole thing. You have to understand all of human civilization when you study anthropology, and all how systems of human government systems, and they're everything together is an ecosystem. A culture is a cult. Whatever, you're in a cult whether you want to believe it or not. Unless you're the cult of one, the cult of personality, the hermit, the hermetic principles. And I've been a hermetic person for many, many years. So are many of the old monks and people like Augustine that I study. They spent most of their time alone thinking, not to be putting into their mind and seeking the concepts of the things they that interest them, without the pollution of other interfering ideologies and things in their mind, until they master, they get to the truth that they're looking for. And if they don't find it in this, they'll continue to look. But most of it is found within, man. Breath work, nature, harmony. Even if you don't understand these things and can articulate them in some kind of Harvard PhD setting, man, you can at least, you feel them, you vibe them, man. As a kid, when you're on the beach, man, and it's warm in the sun, and you put your feet in the ocean, man, and everything's happy, and you're safe, and you know nothing bad's gonna happen. You're in heaven. Everything in life is magical, man. And that's what we destroy as a human species, the magic. And when somebody has magic, it scares everybody else because everybody doesn't want to face the fact that they somewhere along the line lost their magic. And they're mad at somebody that they did. Mad at themselves because all you have to do is reawaken to yourself. Just go within, man. Jesus said it'd be better just come pull your damn eyeballs out. He literally said that. He's right, man. Blind people, a lot better off in a lot of states, man. They can do all sorts of things. They got an astral viewer up here too. They're not blind. They just don't see this world with the eyes that we have. But they still have real eyes in here, a real eye in here. To realize is to have real eyes, is to be able to see the world, the manifestations of the world, through a real truth, connected to a real, solid, validated, because there is reality. Everybody's reality is whatever you want it to be. Well, to some degree, as you perceive it, but it may not function for you like that because there's universal laws. So once you understand the universal laws and you operate according to those laws, then as you go up in quantum physics, you learn how to underverse and oververse and bend the realities of the quantum field with your very thinking through the vibrations of agape love, man, non-judgment. Ecology, connection to the care for your neighbor, being of a golden mindset, being gold, man. The golden ticket, Midas, everything turns to just, why wouldn't you want to be Midas? To have the golden touch to everything. I mean, showing that everything in your life it turns into value. You know, the kids are autistic. They put value in things. AU is the alchemical symbol for gold, which is the heaviest. It's like one of the heaviest freaking metals on earth, man. It's pure. It's the hardest. I mean, everything here is liquid sunshine in the end. Give me a little pocket full of sunshine. You know what I'm saying? It's all liquid sunshine, but that is the densest, purest form of sun energy is gold. That's why it's the most valuable on earth, man. Some of the other ones are, but it's all, but gold is, it's the sign. I mean, it is the thing, man. What do you want, man? Even if it's white gold. I love silver too. But it's a byproduct. I gotta wear silver and gold and stuff, man. But it's a byproduct. Oh, this right here is like old emerald. I've wearing antique stuff from like the 1700s, man. Family stuff, man. I'm Saint Germain, dude. I'm a Mount Merovingian, so some of my pieces, man, are like really old from French courts and stuff too, for hundreds and hundreds of years old. They're beautiful things, man. I didn't realize how valuable they were until I got them in my hands. They just look like trash to me at first because they were polished. And I need some repairs on some of these things. It's hard to get people to repair this stuff anyway. There's not even like jewelers and smiths out there that really do quality work, man. Not around here. There's like chains, man. You can find a little store here and there though, man, but it's kind of hard. There was a good store here where I was at, man, but the man who did it has a sweet little family there, man, but he's just getting older and he's had some health problems and it's just a lot for him to do, man, So I got tons of jewelry to fix right now that I'd rather have it, man. I'd rather pick my own rings than whatever. I have gold over here. I wear I wear most of my gold, like my gold rings, man. My gold ring is cursed. It was from a Freemason, man. My grandfather, Freemason. Married to a woman named Winifred Perkins, who pretty much went insane because of his treatment of her. Those people are very harsh, mean, evil people, man. Very no compassion, cold. And from I hear womanizing, but I don't know. I didn't live then. These are all hearsay to me. All I knew is my grandfather he lived to be like 101 years old, and he was just kind of I didn't enjoy the man. Let's just say that. I was forced to listen to him play the piano terribly, but then my brother would come and play the piano like a savant, which he was, and everybody would love that. But they all never talked about my grandfather, Raymond Saint Germain, who was an Episcopal minister, saint about the Catholic Church, and I, in his stead, became a minister. I'm saint about the Catholic Church. So, but these things are generational. They're your elders, but they're also your youngers. They're your littles. Do you understand that? Your elders they're your elders, but they're also your littles. You got to see it from both sides, man. Any tale, you need to see the loop in reverse. Like when I studied the Bible and went through all the ancient mythology tales, I went through and I read the tales, and then I read them in reverse and what would happen if we reversed it. Then I even switched all the characters, this character to this person. Then I connected to astrotheology and animals and the personality types and the animals that connected to this particular culture of astrology and how that would connect to this culture over here if there'd be China, because the animals are different. It's a different ecosystem. You need anthropology, you need etymology, you need language studies. You need to understand symbols, signs, and pictographs. And codexes, you have to be able to break codexes. You have to be able to break coded sequences. Really, they're just there in pictures that are pictures, man. So you understand, what are these pictures?